Guess it would help to have a microphone in your face. That's usually a good thing. Good starters. Good morning. Welcome to Mid Morning Medium Chat with the Black Swamp Medium. Hmm. Yes. Sorry, I've just started to take sips of my second cup of coffee, so I'm trying to get the humor flowing because I know we all want to hear funny, horrible jokes, to start our days off, right? So, hey, good morning, Cindy. So, yeah, I wanted to. I really didn't have a ton of things set because there was so much that was going on the last week, and so I, first off, want to, other than if you guys watch the my post and things, but hey, good morning, Sharon. Hey, Jeff. But yeah, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you. At least saying it verbally, that's always a little bit more fun than just posting about it. But so hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is at least as best as you possibly could have. Hey, good morning, Dad. And but hopefully everybody had something whether it was more intimate or if you got together with some family members like I did. And good morning, Tina. And kept it small, of course, obviously to be careful out there because you know it's uh it's definitely getting a lot closer and closer to home, as far as the whole thing. Good morning, Terry. And of course it gets a little nerve-wracking, a little scary to see how it keeps getting, like I said, closer and closer to home. And um it's just one of those things. It's you do the best you can to try to avoid it and be clean and safe. And there's just going to be times where you hate to think that it's going to be inevitable, but as long as you keeping your distances and washing up after yourselves, and hopefully we can, we peaked enough to where maybe we'll really decline here fast, so that way maybe Christmas isn't too empty, because I think it's apparent that a lot of people on Facebook were pretty upset, as far as not being able to have the gatherings that they normally do. And to think about it, I mean, what is Thanksgiving? I mean, yes, we could go back to and understand the history of it, which is controversial too. But even then, how we've developed it into a point. Hey, good morning, Ron. And we've developed it into a whole time, which we are in the holiday seasons where we are being thankful for our friends and family, and what we do have. I mean, yes, we always could hope for a little bit more, maybe some more money, maybe some more material items. But hey, good morning, Tim. And but that's just how it is. I think we're all in that position where it's always could wish for a little, or hope for a little bit more. But that's what makes you work harder at what you do. And I think that's the lesson that we always need to take, is that we should never really sit back and just completely get complacent about things in life. So hopefully, you know, but again, hopefully Thanksgiving was decent for a lot of people. I mean, I saw a lot of people posting, that they were having dinners by themselves, or meals, Thanksgiving meals by themselves, for the first time in forever, which is, true, you know, and especially with some that, possible exposure and things. And so that's what gets a little, that's what stinks, when they don't really have anything yet. They're not having the symptoms, but yet at the same time, they're, uh, you know, we got to be careful and obviously not spread it, with anybody else. But, but yeah, so I mean, mine was good. Mine was decent. Had fun. My dad's in the chat room. We got to see them and stuff like that, and had good food, and a lot of laughs, and just everybody having a good time. Even though it was small, but at the same time, it was still good to have something. And even then, I know my wife and kids, we would have just done something here, and if we really needed to, and that would have been fine. You just adapt to it. And anybody that's had kids, knows too, because you always think the holidays are going to be, times that everybody's healthy, and nothing's going to be wrong. And I mean, and we've missed, some Thanksgivings, we've missed some Christmases. Hey, good morning, Linda. And hey, Brandy, good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. I've been thinking about you, and I know you're starting to post a little bit more, so that's good. And I thought you're going to be, trying to get back into action this weekend. So good luck. Um, and but yeah, so I mean, just do the, we're doing our thing, and just trying to keep moving forward. So, um, but yeah, so I mean, like I said, I really didn't, like I said, when I do these shows, I don't really ever have too many things. And like with this week with Thanksgiving and stuff, I didn't really have a whole lot of topics. But I think the big thing is, and I think a lot of people posted about it, is what are you thankful for? And I think that's something that daily I think about. I mean, it's not just one time of year, or one season a year. Hey, good morning, Dennis. And I don't like to. Every day is I wake up, and once I've gotten moving a little bit, usually within an hour or so or less than that, usually do some morning prayers. I'm doing okay, doing okay. Yeah, it was rough there a couple weeks ago, and it was just because of stress. So I, I I definitely have a little bit more life in me now that some key stress has gotten out of off my back a little bit. So yep, and I know you were too. I know you were. Some of those last photos you posted before your thing the other earlier or last week. Yeah, I was like, whoo, yeah, she's feeling it. But yeah, so but again, like I said, I really wanted to just make sure, the to hit it home with everybody. Not that you haven't heard it enough, over this last week. But it's something that you guys should be doing all the time. You should be thinking about it. Like I said, I do a daily, morning prayer, sets me off. And again, it does, you don't have to be religious, to still call it a prayer. I mean, it's just, people hear prayer, you kind of know what that symbolizes. Now, however you want to be thankful for, and maybe set some intentions, for your day, which is always a good thing to do, and what I do too. um, that's something that I encourage, and I posted about, I've written about it, because it is such an important thing to do. It's kind of like people say, when you should eat something for breakfast because it helps set your body for the day. And it's just like a morning prayer really does too. Uh, because who isn't, you know I mean, I should say the majority of us, because there's some that have some issues and things that they're dealing with. But you do wake up, and you are truly grateful for the fact that you were able to wake up again. And it might seem a little morbid, but at the same time, it's true. And I uh again, it's the whole thing is where I've spent more since I've gotten into this type of way of life, where I'm doing mediumship, and I'm doing, I've studied shamanism, and healing and stuff. And so there's a lot of different things that go, and things that I set for and be grateful that I've been able to continue and expand as much as I have. And um, that's the things that I can't help but be thankful for, because it is huge for me that I couldn't be where I wasn't if I wasn't grateful for the opportunities I've had, and the all the different people that have given me some advice, or hey, good morning, Jennifer, or they've just shared some wisdom, or even then, again, like I do every morning, thinking my own guides and the creator, and you know uh, Earth Mother, for what she provides, especially when it comes to healing. There's so many different elements that I like to bring together, which is the way it was, and just go to town on that, and it's pretty cool. And but even then, one of the things, just to kind of finish that part off, is you know because I do, again, most of my stuff has been more Native American and shamanism. And they were huge into that. It was kind of like a almost like a mandatory thing that everybody had to do in the mornings. They had to thank the creator, or the great mystery, as they like to call it. They weren't really, before they Christianity coming to, before they started saying God and stuff. But they, were always grateful for the fact that they were allowed to wake up and they had, friends and family and fellow people around them that everybody supported each other. And it's the things that I think we kind of all need right now. And I think I think we don't need to really need to turn on the news and you don't realize that that's a huge thing, instead of all the bickering and you know the fact that we all have differences of opinions, is like the end of the world when you try to share something. It's like I just have to roll my eyes and kind of just look the other way, because it's weird that it's gone that route. But I'm not diving into that. It's just a one little line out there. But at the same time, it's like it's neat that there's a lot of us out there, and there's several here. Brandy and Jennifer, and those are people that I've been around, I've worked with. Hey, Dinah. And I've uh, you know I know what their energies are like, and we know what we're all about, and what we hope to achieve and how we want to do it, as far as coming together, and sharing information, and helping people out. I mean, that's the bottom line. And I can never say that enough about that's all I've know that my path is set for, is to go out there and help as many people as I can. I mean, as best I can. Sure, I have my down days, and uh, it's just one of those things. We have rough moments. It's not all fun. And you know I mean, I could easily post things every single day, and just keep chatting about it, this, that, and the other. And so but at the same time, I got to deal with a lot of other things. And um as much as I want this type of life for me to be full time, that's not bringing in enough cheddar. See you, Sharon. Have a great day. And so I still have a normal job, and so I still got to I got to bring some dollars in. And that's the bulk of what pays the bills around here. Thank God my wife works as well. Or I don't even know if I would be on right now. I don't know if I'd be doing a show, or as much as I'd like. But there is there's responsibilities that that were set long before I went down this path. And so I have to keep up with those too. And it's the extra time I have on the side that I kind of slip these things in. So yep, so true, so true, Jennifer. And it is we've all been there. And I think people have we've all reached out to some of our fellow you know spiritual healers and mediums, and all the different holistic people that are talented at what they do. And we it's fun to reach out to somebody that it's like, what, I think I really need to talk to them today, and do that. Hey, good morning, Dave. Or good afternoon to you, sir. All right, Linda, you have a great day too. You enjoy that walk. It is brisk out there for sure, but this might be, I think, today, tomorrow, are the last of this. I think it's going to start getting pretty cold next week. So I'm kind of fearing right now, actually, Monday into Tuesday, because I do have to go back on site for work for 3 days in a row, and I'm a little scared about Tuesday morning. So I'm not. For me, living in Northwest Ohio, and yet I work in Michigan, and the Northwest Ohio is talking about having by Tuesday morning 4 inches of snow, or at least topping off at 4 inches of snow. And uh, but that doesn't seem too much fun driving into work, at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm I'm a little I'm kind of hoping that the weather shifts. And even then, a lot of times these weather people, they might get the temperatures right, but they don't always get the accumulations and things, set, correct. So uh, I'm not gonna say 4 inches yet until I think tomorrow I'll get we'll start to see how the radar is looking. But even then, that's great. Dave, you know what? We've only had, at least for me, I've only seen some of it falling and barely sticking on the ground. Uh, but yeah, if we're gonna get what they're saying by Tuesday morning, I mean, yeah, I'd be glad to send it your way. So, I mean, if you want it, we could certainly we'll get out there and we'll start fanning the clouds and stuff to shift them shift them east towards you. But yeah, it'll be crazy to see how that goes, but but that's the thing is this will be the last 3 days that I have to actually go on site, and then I will be working from home with the exception of the first, well, not this coming week, but the week after. I'm back on for my last 5 days of vacation, and then I will be working from home after that, which is, it's cool. At least I don't have to worry about driving in case there's any other snow. Um, but then there'd be, then the end of the month and stuff. But cool thing is our last day is the 23rd. So I don't anticipate being busy, which we're not anyway because we're not on site. But I'm covering for our help desk, so I have to answer emails and things like that, which could usually, used to be really insane, but not right now when we're officially not on site. But when I am on site, I'm doing a completely different role and helping out another department. So it's been cool, being able to get out, stretch my legs a little bit, and you know that you know sometimes the drive isn't bad, but it is an hour, at least hour and 10 because there's construction and stuff. But um, that's the only thing that gets a little bit the winter part. Not so much December, even though like this stuff that's coming Tuesday is going to be kind of like man, but the it's usually January, February that are the ones I fear the most because I'm okay with some snow. It's the ice, that's the ones I think that's the worst. I think anybody would agree with that. Driving on ice is not a field day. At least snow, it packs down, your tires still have some grip in it. But when there's ice, that's just another animal we don't want to go down. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But that'll be cool. I mean, hopefully it'll work out. I mean, plus the good thing is everybody will should get excited because I'll be able to get those first snow walks done this year, in because we obviously, I haven't been around it, or at least we haven't had enough to where it's made any difference other than just being, more, uh, um, it was more slush, which really even then it was just not really anything at all. It was just a little bit, but I'm open for that first good stick when it's supposed to happen, and that way I can get out there and do my snow walks because I've been itching to do that. Hey, Matt, I'm sorry I missed you, man. I was looking over it the other way, but um, but yeah. So that first snow walk, I'm definitely looking forward to that because that's the cool thing. Hey, good morning, Andy. And uh, so yeah, that might be happening Tuesday, and we'll see. I mean, the only thing that's weird about the only thing that's weird about the problem is our ground hasn't been frozen enough, so it'll be interesting because even then, let's say I make it into work Tuesday, how much snow is going to be left by the time I get home? You know, because I think it's supposed to be in the mid to upper 30s. Which yeah, Matt, definitely. That's the stuff I hate, man. I love snow. I love that the fluffy stuff, but the ice is just a. Ugh. But so I don't know. So we'll see. I might. It'd be. I don't know. So it would be weird, but not have that first accumulation and then not be able to get out there and walk barefoot in it. So we'll see. But there's still plenty of time for that. And the good thing is again after Wednesday, I'll be home for the rest of the year, and so if it's snowing and it's easy for me to walk away from the work computer and walk outside, especially if there's anything down at that point. But we'll see. Um, and we'll get there. I probably will just record that because uh, I know a lot of it would be. I don't. I mean, I could do a live that way, but I think it's kind of fun to just record it because then uh, you know, I'm kind of doing my thing when I'm walking out there because it is sort of a spiritual thing when I do it. So to sit there and try to read comments and stuff like that, but you never know. I probably wouldn't. do that live. I would just record it and then, post it up. So we'll see. We'll see. But hopefully, everybody else, hopefully you're all doing well. And I know, like I said earlier, it's just, with all the stuff that's been going on, the spiking cases and things like that everywhere, it's just been kind of a downer for a lot of people. And we'll just keep doing your thing. So, um, trying to think. Well, one thing while I got some of you here, and maybe you guys can post a little bit of, or put some comments in there. I mentioned it probably the other week, or I don't think it was in the beginning of this week or last week or something like that. I can't remember when I posted it, but it was written down. Uh, the I guess I was curious because obviously again with all the rises in the with the cases and the pandemic stuff and obviously other things at least here in North America that's been going on. I really was starting to think because I really don't have a ton of things, obviously, but there's not a lot of Saturdays that, have much going on at this point in time, especially in the mornings. So something I asked, was curious if you guys wanted to see, for me to go every Saturday in December, sort of a way to kind of again, like what my whole thing ever is always to, bring positivity and lift you guys up and not dwell on the negative stuff because we already deal with that aplenty. And so, for however long I do these morning shows, whether it's 15 minutes or a full hour, I mean, I still try to make everybody smile and laugh and things. And so I'm really thinking about just doing that. I mean, I always said that, it could happen at some point. And, when I first wanted to do these, it was easy to do bi-weekly because again, we kept thinking that maybe once we got into the fall, things would ramp back up and, we'd be able to go back to being able to have some reasonable size events and stuff. And obviously that didn't happen. And, but I think, it might be kind of fun to do something like that in December and, every week. And because, at least the holidays aren't really on any of the Saturdays. So it's not really interfering with anything. And, all, Christmas and New Year's are, all on the Thursdays. So it's not bad. But, yeah, I mean, so I mean, if most people are cool with that, I mean, I think I'm cool to, do it every week and so, or every Saturday in December. And, we'll come up with some fun things. I might, you know, I don't know. I think I posted in maybe I could find a couple people that would jump on for a few minutes, some, close friends if they're awake at that point, and we'll see. Bring them on for a few minutes or things. And it's not meant to be sort of like a guest per se, but what, and it could be anybody really, but just everybody to come on and or whoever I was thinking of or feel like they might have something to bring to everybody and just have them come on for a little bit or maybe the whole time, and we'll just kind of do sort of a back and forth thing like it would be like on a normal show, like when I do the show with Debbie on Wednesdays, our Beyond the Silence radio stuff. I mean, we have topics, we do guests and things, but again, this one's supposed to be that kind of thing where you wake up and everybody gets their drink and we're all kind of sitting around the table, or maybe we're sitting on the couches or things like that, and we're all just kind of waking up, and we're not, things aren't straightened, hair still unwashed, and you know it's just kind of one of those fun things to kind of get together and just kind of completely just shoot the breeze, and whatever kind of pops up, and it's just kind of that conversation you would have. And I think it'd be kind of fun. Again, if I can get a few people that might be interesting, and if it is, that's the thing, is if I can get a couple key individuals, you know, maybe I keep it a secret so that way it makes you guys keep coming back to see if there is going to be somebody on or not. Oh, I mean, maybe I could say there will be somebody guest wise coming on, but I maybe won't say exactly who. That way it will be just a big mystery. Thoughts? Hmm. But So yeah, but I think it would be kind of cool. I do think that, you know, kind of keep that drive, keep that motivation running through December, and um, you know, they can do that, and that'll be fun. I think it would be fun, and like I said, this was never, again, I repeat myself a lot, but just on purpose. But yeah, it would be. Well, it really would. I mean, I mean, just for fun. I mean, like I said, and that's even if people are awake yet. I mean, like, think, luckily all of you are. So I thank you all for being awake right now and starting your day. And 'cause I know my daughter's still out, out sleeping right now. So it's like, hey, whatever. That's true. That's right. If I keep it, that's right. Yes, Dad, I would. I can't tell them. It's just I wouldn't do it. Um, but like I said, there was a couple people I thought would be kind of fun to, if I could get them. And again, that's a long shot if they will or won't, and that'll be completely up to them if they're even willing. So we'll see. Um, because there's a couple of people I had in mind that would be kind of fun to have them on a morning show. I guess, I mean, I hate to say it like that, but morning chat. We'll see. I, um, but that'd be, like I said, I'll look into it because obviously I would need to. I'll have to start planning. So we you'll have to watch the post this week, and it'll keep you informed because obviously next weekend's, we're December in a couple days anyway. So uh I know, right, Dave? That's what would happen. He's Dave. My dad follows that stuff a lot more than I do because it just like things in the morning and stuff like that with work and stuff. I mean, he's got more time to stay up on it, and so once in a while he'll give me oh, this game was really good, and he'll tell me that what was happening and stuff like that. So he, I do get updates, from him from time to time. So um but yeah uh yeah, we'll see, like I said, maybe because like I said, I never wanted to really do a topic based type of thing, and he th- because again, I wanted to, if people had questions, and that again, it was the whole concept of just being able to sit around and you know talk freely, and like I said, I do obviously have some things that are in standby, and this week was again more just based on Thanksgiving and being thankful, and um you could do a sports show, you probably could. He could just be he could do the American version of of the European football updates. So so he probably would. Like I said, he watches enough of it. He's got, maybe get him a few stat sheets and he'd really be in good shape. It's amazing. So I'm down in my basement. It's amazing how fast the coffee gets cold down here. Now it's like barely lukewarm. So like that's why I'm starting to chug it more because it gets to a point where like I like iced coffee, but it gets to a point where like even after it's been warm, it's like you just kind of have that expectation and then it loses out and I'm like, yeah. So it's but and my table's cold, so that doesn't help either. Even though I do have a coffee holder thing that stays warm, I probably should be using that. I don't know what I'm thinking, but well, now that if I do, am going to do this every single week, I will. I'll get this. Have to get it plugged in. So used to work well when I sat here for my one job for a while. Um, oh yeah, he do his own paranormal show. I see how that is. Yes. I was just curious. I mean, does anybody else have any like other, questions that have been possibly, itching at you lately or stuff? I mean, probably not because of, again, with holidays and things, we tend to kind of slide away from a lot of things, and it's not always um, a thing. Because again, this time of year, everybody's pretty much shutting down. I mean, there's still some investigations. I know some people that are investigating tonight. You know, nowhere near me. I mean, several states away or away from here. So, but the but again, that's just how it is. It's this time of year. Plus, with the pandemic, I mean, it has made things a little bit more difficult. With the fact of you know some places have had to shut down. I mean, our old mill has basically shut down too. I mean, last week we was kind of our last private investigation, from another team, and so that was kind of the last of it, and kind of it's a bummer in some way, but I mean, I was glad I was there. I guess I could talk about that a little bit, but you know, uh, I was still recovering from the week before, being stressed out about things, and so we're not going there. There's I could go there, but um I GC got me off track. No, but last week, I was glad that I got to go to the old mill, and I think that's one thing that was uh, getting to go there at least possibly for the final time for what could be several months. You know, uh, we have resident spirits there. They know us really well, especially for me. Being able to talk and chat with them, and uh, I really wanted to make sure that I kind of said some goodbyes and kind of let them know that, there probably will be an absence, from us, the investigators, the host team. Obviously, some of the mill staff will still be there, because they still always have other work behind the scenes that they're doing. But I was so drawn to get there, that final time, even if like I said, I wasn't feeling great, but it was just more exhaustion and things that were finally past me, but it was just not over yet. It just took me almost a whole week. But going and being able to say some goodbyes and talk to them and see my there's a couple different females that are in our basement area that uh, one's the Marie, which has always been labeled as my girlfriend, and then another one as a child, and just being able to tell them to look out for each other. We'll be back as soon as we can, and that way, we'll you know w- we'll do what we'll just get back. I mean, obviously we will. It's just a matter of when. Uh, there is a possibility of uh us as a team to show up, for maybe a small party, for Christmas. We're not sure because again, we got to see how that of the what the guidelines are, because that's the major thing is the guidelines. Yeah, see, Terry, that's a bummer, especially this time of year, knowing that things are all shut down and like that, and for that situation. I mean, I'm not surprised, in some regard. I mean, my daughter, school, she's in junior high, and they use them as guinea pigs to see what going back to 4 days a week, because they were just down to two in school, because they staggered kids enough so that way the classrooms were smarry. Uh, uh, they were staggered so that there wasn't any problems. But now that when they went back to 4 days, obviously the classroom sizes grew, they doubled. And now it's interesting is that they did this at the worst time of year because of all the gatherings and things. But the worst, we get emails, when kids have been confirmed and or staff, and it's not uncommon that we're seeing it at least once or twice a week now, that there's multiples. It's not just a single, which is what was happening before. It would be like a single, every couple of weeks, one kid or one student or a staff member. Now it's like 5 to 6 kids with a staff member, being confirmed, and it was just a bad move. I think the kids should have stayed this way until we got into January, once we passed all the holidays, because obviously, hey, good morning, Margaret. And that way they would have been able to, get through all this. Any of the spikes would have happened. Hey, good morning, Phil. And that way they would have been able to, come back in the new year clean, about the third week. So that way it would have kind of run its course through everybody. But they didn't do that, and now kids are in a way dropping out, being sick with COVID and stuff. So, but you know, I but then again, everybody's got to make decisions, and some of those decisions, you know, we might not always agree with, but that's just how it is. And all I can do is be fortunate enough that my daughter's been pretty good so far, including my son. My son's been doing 4 days since the beginning of the school year, so you know, yep, yep. Thanks. And by the way, Phil, yep, everything was great. Hopefully yours as well. I know you. I've been seeing you. You've really turned on the Christmas stuff. So I'm a I'm a big one holiday at a time. I'm still old school in that way, and I prefer it that way. So uh, uh, mentally, yeah, I've been preparing because I want to get the lights back out this year because I didn't last year. So I've bought some new lights, but that's about the limit. My go is where I can just plan a little early, but at the same time, I uh I refuse to I won't listen to Christmas music, and if there's decorations up, I try to look the other way. You know, it's just my thing. I can't do it. I like one holiday at a time, and that's just who I am. So you either like it or hate it. I don't care, but I'm just not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down. I'm not gonna jump holiday, 2 holidays, or a holiday ahead. It's just not gonna happen. So Dave. I mean, I know. Well, Phil, I mean, like I said, you've really you've gone to town. So hey, hey, everybody's got their thing, and I mean, like Phil's a huge Christmas guy. So I mean, you know what? I don't blame him for. I mean, especially with as much stuff as he's putting up and changing. I mean, like his team page, Heart City. He's already got the logo already changed to Christmas theme. So I mean, he goes to town. So I mean, I give you props. I mean, like I said, I don't dislike anybody that does their stuff early and things like that. It's just not me. So it's all good. But well, I mean, and Dad, they've been my streets, the lights, people have had lights up all around me, for at least a week and a half. So yeah, it happens. It happens. And Terry, we're hoping that it works out. We don't know. It's still a thing. That's true. With all the lights, it does shine. Yeah, see, Dave, I mean, that's perfect. I plan to, we're actually talking about today and tomorrow is kind of like decorating time. Because again, Thanksgiving's now past for us, so I'm completely fine with moving into shifting into it. And even then, with some of the weather that they're talking about in the beginning of the week, for me, I want to get some of that outside stuff, well, all of it done before it gets too much colder. Because a lot of the people that have been on my street have done it when we had the really hot, warm temperatures, the other couple weeks ago. So props to them for doing it early, but it's just like, nope, I can't do it. It's like a tradition. If you're gonna put lights out outside, even if it's a little bit, it's got to be cold outside. You got to be miserable putting them up. That way, when you turn them on at night for the first time, then you forget about everything you did all day long and freezing your butt off. So there's a weird, thing to that. It's a mental thing. Um, but so yeah, that is the plans today and tomorrow is to uh get the tree up and get I want to get the lights done. I actually am hoping to kind of do that. I want to try to get all the outside stuff done today, but we'll see. We'll see. But hey, Phil, that's good. I mean, like I said, it's one thing to plan it out, and have all that you want to do and achieve. It's that's the cool thing is that you can have it all like ready to go. I mean, it's funny is we still upstairs on the main floor we still have two piles of Halloween stuff that we just didn't put them in the boxes yet, in the totes. So we still have to even do that. They're not up, they're not decorated, but they're all just down, sitting in piles ready to be put in the boxes, which is kind of that whole thing. I think that's what today I'll be putting all that away, and then cleaning up our living room, which is where the tree usually goes because we had a few things to move, and um and then getting up in the attic to get all that stuff down. So it's a big process, as it always is. But it's all good. I mean, it's the kids enjoy it, and that's obviously the neat thing. I mean, I would probably do some smaller tree. And even then, I can't even put up I barely even put a quarter of my ornaments up. I could get a whole tree just to myself with as many ornaments as that I own. Uh, and that's the thing. I've thought about that one time, as we're just getting kind of a real small skinny tree and putting it in another room and just putting every one of my ornaments on it, because I have so many, it's ridiculous. But it's also kind of cool because some of them are in a series of stuff, and that's what's fun, the series ones. But well, it's all good. Wow, nice, Dave. Yeah, but hopefully, the rest of you, uh, you know, whether you're relaxing the rest of this weekend or you got other things going on. Yeah, it's true. He does. My brother's house does have several trees up, and um, his wife, my sister-in-law, is a big. She's huge into decorating, and so they have to start early because of the fact that she works retail, and the her schedule is like, especially yesterday. I mean, she was up early, even with guidelines and restrictions and things like that. She still had to be in early and deal with all that fun stuff with shoppers and things. You Phil, what what do we need? Rabbit's feet? Is that do we just need a bunch of those, or what other little good luck charms do we need? We need four-leaf clovers, what holy water. I don't know what else we need that's gonna help out. That's true. That would be kind of a fun little thing, just like a little desktop, tabletop tree, one of these like little Charlie Brown looking things. Just rabbit's feet everywhere, four-leaf clover. Yeah, I mean, just anything and everything. That would be kind of fun. You know what? That would be hilarious if somebody comes up with something like that, actually. Just to have all these weird looking like good luck charms all over it would be a hoot, and that would probably that I guarantee that would probably go viral this year. I guarantee it would go viral if somebody could put something together that quickly with all these good luck charms. Oh man. I mean, yeah, I'd have to even look it up to find like what all different good luck things are out there. And, the classic ones, of course, but um, oh my gosh. Hey, Rodney, what's happening? It would be such a hoot. Holy smokes. That would be great, man. I just keep thinking about it because I think we'd all be dying laughing, seeing that one posted around, because it'll go viral and everybody like, "Yep, that's about right. That's what we need." Yeah, yeah, Margaret. It's I and it well, and this year obviously was a little bit different, but most of it was, they preferred online shopping, which, you know, I'm glad that a lot of, the big, retail stores and even, a lot of the mom and pop shops, were able to, you know, start some of their Friday sales early, and some of them still have it going through Monday, because obviously some Monday is Cyber Monday sales and things. So I think it was a lot different this year. I mean, I can't imagine people were truly lined up, but then again, I didn't watch the news. I try not to watch it as much, and because of all the negativity and things. But uh I would imagine some areas probably still have people, waiting to get in for something, but I can't imagine. I mean, I know I went out real quickly just to get gas in my car, for Monday, and I was just crazy. It was insane seeing how many people were on the roads. I mean, looking at obviously certain places, that are real close to me, it didn't seem too abnormal. But then again, this was 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. But um, I was just dumbfounded about the amount of cars, because I'm sitting there going, you know, again, not going down the road, but amazing to see that, we're all supposed to be kind of taking it easy, not too much out and about, trying to keep our stuff down. And yet it's just lines and lines of car, on a Friday, at 3:30. I'm like, what is happening out there? So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't doubt it, but That's true, Phil. Yeah. So hopefully there'll be a lot of good stuff of that. Yeah, because you just got your new ones. So that's awesome. But that's cool, Margaret. Yeah, yeah, like I said, I was curious, but not I really don't turn on local news and local or cable news. I just don't do it. I kind of stick to certain channels on cable, and I just kind of leave it there because they don't really go down. They really don't. They're not in the art of promoting negativity. So uh, I stick to a lot of the good stuff. Travel Channel. Um, Animal Planet and Science Channel. Uh, I kind of stick to uh, the science and history type of channels because I'd rather learn something than feel like I'm being you know tormented or felt that I'm a horror being things being negative towards me that's going to bring me down is where I was trying to go with that. But so I stick to a lot of those channels. And then even then my yeah, History Channel, yep. And I know my family will occasionally put like the cooking shows on. So and those are good too. I mean, I'll watch some of those, like, you know, uh like guys shows and things, grocery games and the diners, drive-ins and dives. Those are always cool. Yeah, yeah, me too. There's probably a lot that like, why do I have all these channels when I really only want these? It'd be great to just be like, can I have like can I edit my list out and cut my bill down a little bit more? I just want these. Uh, that would be fine. But uh, yeah, so but you know, uh, let's see what else we got because hey, I got this long. Not bad. I was kind of worried I wasn't going to make it even a half an hour in because I really didn't have anything too set. But am I done? Yeah. Uh, but yeah, so I think I will, just to kind of start wrapping up here. So I think I will, tap in and do every Saturday in December, and again try to come up with some maybe a couple fun things, have a couple surprised guests, even though I'm not going to call them guests. It'll be just like surprise friends pop on the show or hang out for an hour. We'll see. And then um and just whatever we can do just to kind of again make people smile and make people think, and uh just be able to get their day started, like I always say in my write-ups about these shows, is just to have everybody ready to go and uh enjoy the rest of their day. And you know again, it's kind of fun to just uh, get together like this and have a little bit of a chat, even though it's just me talking the entire time. But let's see. Well, Margaret, she's right. Well, that's the thing, is like I could easily, change what's going on behind me because of the fact that, I mean, and just a case in point, just to show you much how easy it is for me to change something. Um, I could just do this, you know. It's like I said, it's really easy for me to just manipulate the background and change it up. It's really easy. So I could easily post something up. And do things like that. I mean, I don't really have any um set uh I didn't want to do Christmas ones just yet. I really wanted to wait until we got a little bit closer before I start putting up some holiday themed backgrounds and things, because even then, like, there isn't really a lot of snow out there. I was thinking maybe a little bit of snowfall. I'm like, nah, it's still too early. And so, I mean, heck, I still even have this stuff still set in there. I haven't deleted them yet. So so, so see, I still got some creepy stuff in there. You know what I mean? Woo. So that's the fun part about the having a green screen behind you. You can really mess with the stuff around there. But so I could easily find images. That's the neat thing, is I could just find an image and pop it in there behind me and it's set to go. Um, because if you get well, I guess if you guys really want to see what it looks like normally, there's this is what it looks like. This is what I see behind me. I don't see what you see. So there's a true green screen behind me. So that's it. Woo. So yeah, if you go, that's right, Dave. I could. I just put a white background up there. I'll just get a white image and it'll just look like it's snowing outside or something. That might be fun. It's a snowstorm. I got to put a hoodie on, wear mittens and things. I could, well, Margaret, yeah, and I could too. I could easily do that. Like next weekend, I could easily put some sort of holiday theme on there, and but we'll see. We'll see. That's why I can be creative about the things that. That's the cool thing about that is I can just change whatever I want, and like this one, I kind of wanted to still be sort of that Thanksgiving vibe to it, and then, um, but I don't know. That's what I always but that's the thing, because I mean, it used to just be a blue wall, and I never wanted to I always wanted to kinda be a little bit more creative and have some neat things that are posted and stuff, so, yeah, but yeah, so, other than that, guys, Dave, excellent point, I could. I mean, I could easily, you know, white background, just wear everything white. I'll get like a and just I'll kind of blend in. Maybe I could just have the eyes, pop up or something like that and just kind of see these creepy eyes floating around, the microphone. That might be kind of fun. But let's see. That he's talking about a dinner table thing. Oh, Margaret, I talked about that in the beginning of the show already. Yeah, so I mean, I'm dreading the fact of really more so Tuesday into Tuesday morning. There you go. There you go, Dad. How about this? Is this more? Is this more better? I guess I'll scoot out of the way. I guess I can go this way. Is that more appropriate for Thanksgiving then? See how quick it is to find some. Yeah, Margaret. But going back to the weather thing, yeah, they're talking by Tuesday morning, possibly for me in my area is 4 inches of snow. So I'm uh kind of concerned about going into work because I have to go to work. I have to drive to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So I'm not looking forward to Monday. I'm okay with because I know it's supposed to start with rain and then shift towards the evening of Monday, and then and then turn to snow. But then by Tuesday morning, it's supposed to be pretty heavy, or by this Tuesday morning, it's be bad. So I'm like, you know, yeah, but Dad, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So, um, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it won't be too bad to where I can get there because an hour and 10 right now with construction is just going to probably add another possible, especially if it's that heavy and that thick by morning and the road crews haven't done their job yet or been able to stay on top of it. It's going to easily be another hour or so. And, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I always play it by ear this time, once we get into this kind of stuff, but weird to get that much, right away. I don't know. Again, I don't always believe the weather people other than when they say what the temperatures are going to be. When it comes to, how much we're going to get of this, rain or snow or whatever, I don't always buy it. Right. It's a good one, Phil. I should have found like a bunch of people with passed out and like, they're lazy boys and things like that. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, for me, when it comes to the driving to work in bad weather, we always make the attempt. Well, I should say me right now because my brother, he gets to stay home still. Uh, I always make the attempt. So we get on the road and try to drive at least a few miles to see, do we have traction? What's the deal? And if it's just not being able to stay perfect, or not feel like you got enough grip, then usually turn around and then kind of delay a few hours to see if they can get a little bit more cleaned up and things, and then try again. uh, but we'll see. And it's we're now into that area of weather, and sure, to get that much in fall isn't completely uncommon, but it is pretty significant right away. We usually don't see decent stuff until December, and even then that's shifted over the years. It seems like more January, February is where the bulk of the the heavier snow shows up. But you know it is what it is. But anyway, uh so just I guess a couple minutes left. Even then, I'd never have to really set it to be dead on an hour. But I but yeah, I want to thank everybody again. Hope again, to hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Those that have, I know Buddy Dave's from the UK, so they didn't have to do that. But hopefully everything worked out, and you guys were able to have some form of peace, regardless if you felt alone for the fact that you couldn't have everybody over. um, you know it We'll get there, and uh moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and do the every Saturday in December, so that way we can all just still have fun and get together and start our days. And you too, Phil. Get everything finished up this weekend, buddy. I had my leftovers yesterday, so we are done with leftovers. I had them last night for dinner. So unless you're having your leftovers tonight, but we had ours last night, so we usually don't wait too long to eat them up. They always taste good the next day anyway. Um, but still got some pumpkin pie left, so I'm gonna finish some of that. Hopefully, finish that up today, tomorrow. So get a couple more slices. Woo! Oh, okay. Oh, good. You just now can really just start to sit back and enjoy them now. Um, but yeah, I got to start mine. So that's the goals for today, tomorrow. So, um, and then you know what? And even then, I'm gonna go out and I we had our last leaf pickup, and so now I had a little bit of leaves still left in the back that I couldn't get because it was just so wet and muddy. Now I got to go out there and I got to like cut them up, and I'm going to try to double cut it so that way, they'll just shred up and kind of use as, mulch kind of thing. But oh yeah, Margaret. Yeah, we could go a whole thing about coffee and stuff like that. I've got flavored coffee from several different companies out there, and I had one I had a pumpkin type of spice one that I was drinking at the beginning of the show. So that's true. It's true, Phil. It'll look great, with all the, lights up and turned on, when I get when I get home Tuesday, depending on how much is left by Tuesday evening when I get home. I mean, we'll see. That's the thing. I'm just thinking that because the ground isn't, frozen enough, it's not going to stick long. So by the time I get home from work Tuesday, it'll probably be all melted if I make it in at all. Um, and we'll see. But uh, that's cool, Margaret. Yep. I mean, I've ordered from Bones before, and I haven't tried all of them. I mean, I've got all their classics and stuff, and then um, this last time I had their pumpkin one, their Highland Grog is really good, and then I did their White Russian, which there's uh typically, if again, I don't know why we're going on alcohol chant or rant right now, but white is a White Russian, inspired. Of course, there's no alcohol in it, but it's pretty. It's not bad. I haven't had White Russians in God years, probably maybe almost 7 to 10 years from ago, but um, it's still it kind of has a hint of it. It's not like perfect, but then again, it's in a coffee, so it's hard to you know get the coffee flavor still out of it, yet you're still trying to add some of that flavor to it. So certain ones aren't always like gonna pop through, but it's not bad. I mean, I would drink it and be no problem with that. But um yeah. So but it's cool. But I haven't tried them all yet. Like I said, I have all the classic ones, but there's a lot of other ones. I mean, their Christmas selection I've been thinking about. So we shall see. um, but other than that, it is now officially an hour, and since I'm out of drink, my I feel like my voice is getting hoarse. But you know, so see, I already got a clear. I should have had water sitting here just in case, but I didn't. I thought the coffee would last me the whole time, but it didn't. Um, oh well. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and that way the rest of you can get your day now even more officially going after you've heard me rant for 60 minutes. And um, thank you all for hanging out this morning. I will be back again for the next several weeks in a row, and we'll have some fun with those, and maybe some special friends will show up. You never know, and we'll go from there. But thanks so much. Yep, Jennifer, Dinah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, at least not yet. Maybe I will after a few more minutes, but you never know. But again, thank you so much for being here today. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Stay warm, especially for all those that are still in a colder region. Hey, Dave, you have a good one. Stay safe out there. Cheers. And I'll post a couple times this week. I'll probably tell you about the snow stuff. So watch for that stuff coming in there. Uh, the next couple days, or at least Monday, Tuesday. I'm sure there'll be some snow posting on my stuff. So um, but yep, so you guys have been great and wonderful. Thanks again. You have been watching Mid Morning Medium Chat with the Black Swamp Medium, and I will see you guys next weekend. All right. See ya.